Classification of plants. In this module, you will learn about the classification of plants. Plants are classified into various types depending upon different criteria. Depending upon the size, plants could be trees, herbs, or shrubs. Let's learn about them one by one. Trees. Trees are tall and large plants with hard and woody stem. They survive for many years. Shrubs. Shrubs are medium-sized, profusely branched plants with a lifespan less than the trees. Herbs. Herbs are short plants with soft and green stem. They survive only for 1 or 2 seasons. Some herbs have medicinal properties. Depending upon their lifespan, plants could be annual, biennial, or perennial. Annual plants. The life cycle of annual plants gets completed in 1 season. For example, paddy and mustard. Biennial. The life cycle of biennial plants gets completed into 2 seasons. For example, carrot and radish. Perennial. The life cycle of perennial plants gets completed in more than 2 seasons. For example, neem and mango tree. Depending upon the habitat where they live, plants could be mesophytes, xerophytes, and hydrophytes. Mesophytes. These plants grow on land and require moderate amount of water. For example, mango tree. Xerophytes. These plants grow in deserts and require minimum amount of water. For example, babool and cacti. Hydrophytes. These plants grow in lakes and ponds and are either immersed in water or float on the surface. For example, water hyacinth and water lily. Depending upon their mode of nutrition, plants could be saprophytes or parasites. Saprophytes. Plants feeding on dead and decaying plants and animals are saprophytes. For example, mushroom and fungi. Parasites. Plants obtaining their food from other living organisms are parasites. For example, cuscuta. Depending upon the presence or absence of flowers, plants could be flowering or non-flowering. Most plants produce flowers. Such plants are known as flowering plants. Flowers grow into fruits and then seeds. For example, rose. Some plants do not produce flowers. These plants are called non-flowering plants. For example, pinus. In this module, you've learnt plants are classified on the basis of their size as trees, herbs, and shrubs. Lifespan as annual, biennial, and perennial. Habitat as mesophytes, xerophytes, and hydrophytes. Modes of nutrition as saprophytes and parasites. Presence or absence of flowers as flowering plants and non-flowering plants.